Welcome back to the dojo, y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Do me a favor, leave a like, share the video, and subscribe, because that's going to help us grow and make all these big things happen that we want to see, including Sensei. So, the topic of discussion for today, facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Now, this discussion is more or less directed to emotional people. That may be more or less women, but there are a lot of emotional men out here. We're a generation of men raised by women. Okay? That's why things are the way that they are today. Okay, so facts over feelings. Before I give my perspective and my teachings on this subject, I want to define facts, and I also want to define feelings. And the reason I want to define these things is because I don't want there to be any room for confusion. I want you guys to completely grasp and understand what I'm trying to convey. So, first, let's define feelings, right? A feeling, it says, this is the Oxford definition. I like Oxford because that's what Google gives me. An emotional state or reaction. That's the first definition. And the second is a belief, especially a vague or irrational one. I'm going to read that again. A belief, especially a vague or irrational one. Vague meaning difficult to explain. It's open-ended. It's not really specific. It could be anything. It's just all up in a, it's like a straw man or a what if scenario. It could possibly be. All right. And irrational is something that is basically like, it's just crazy to do. It's dangerous. It's not in your best interest. Irrational. Just lack of a better word, it's just stupid. Right? So feelings. Feelings are not facts. It's a belief that you have. You feel this way. So you believe that your feelings matter more than the facts, because you're burning inside with this intense feeling. It overrides what the actual reality is. Because the world revolves around you, right? Wrong. It doesn't. Hate to break it to you. So now, let's look at facts. Let's understand what a fact is, right? Since I keep talking about facts, let's define it so we know what a fact is. Oxford definition. Noun, a thing that is known or proved to be true. A fact, a thing that is known or proved to be true, right? The second, no, we don't even have, there is no second definition, because that's all there is. That's all there is. A thing that is known or proved to be true. So your feelings may conflict with or clash with the facts. I'll say it again. Your feelings may conflict with or clash with the facts. So let me sit down. Right? When they say get out your feelings after your feelings, it's really for your best interest. Your feelings, in the grand scheme of society, civilization, the lives of the average person, your feelings do not matter. Oh my God! Yes, that's the reality. Your feelings don't matter to anyone but you. Now, if this entity that we're speaking of outside of yourself is someone who cares for you, then that is falsifiable. That can be proven wrong. That's usually someone close to you, significant other or family member. It's understandable. But the majority of people, when you walk outside your door, don't care about your feelings. Your feelings don't help get the job done. Your feelings don't help us accomplish our goals. Your feelings don't make us no money. Your feelings don't matter. What matters is the facts. What matters is the facts. The facts may be ugly. That's why I say the ugly truth. The good, the bad, and ugly. Right? When you come to find out what the reality is or what the truth is, it may be ugly. It may be difficult to accept. It may be hard to digest. Right? But that doesn't change the fact that it's a fact. It is the truth. Unfalsifiable. Right? Now, when we look at what the truth is versus what we feel, and we're able to understand our feelings versus the reality, our feelings versus the facts, we come to a place of being called reality. What is reality? I'm glad you asked. I'll define that as well. The Oxford definition that I have here prepared for you, it says, the world or the state of things as they actually exist, as opposed to an idealistic or notional idea of them. Okay? That's a very specific and articulate way of explaining what reality is. I like that. Let's look at the second definition. The state or quality of having existence or substance. I think that is more pertaining to an actual being or an actual thing. That's pertaining to life force or consciousness, that second definition. We want to focus more so on the first, the world or state of things as they actually exist. The world or state of things as they actually exist, as opposed to an idealistic or notional idea of them, that being a consensus reality. What's a consensus? Also glad you asked. A consensus is a general agreement. We all agree that this is it. We all agree that this is the reality. I talked about consensus reality in another video, but I'll talk about it here again as well. Right? Now, when we go back to reality, we talk about the world or state of things as they actually exist, right? And a general agreement. So a consensus reality would be a reality where we all discuss, is this real? Is this what's happening? Am I understanding this correctly? Yes. We all say, yeah, this is what it is. We all can agree that Sean Combs is a monster. We all can agree there's enough proof and evidence to support that claim. That's not a consensus reality. That is the truth. Whether you want to say that's an opinion or not, we all can agree that he doesn't have a high moral ground. Moving along, right? I also want to define the term override. Using one's authority to reject or cancel a decision, a view. Also, second definition, interrupt the action of an automatic device, typically in order to take manual control. That's more so, we're talking about electronics or mechanical things. So, we're going to use the first definition, the verb. Use of one's authority to reject or cancel a decision. Right? When you're met with these false prophets and these false realities, these realities that they try to get you to consent to or agree to, you need to manually or mentally override that BS. If you put facts over feelings and ideals and all that other fairy tale stuff, you'll see that this reality is much better. I know if you've just had an awakening phase, you've come to terms with how this world is, how nobody really cares, you know what I mean? How we're all just working until we die in one way, shape, or form, whether we're entertaining, we're doing labor, we're crunching numbers, whatever. We gotta earn in this society, in this consensus reality, this civilization, right? The reason why I wanted to highlight facts and feelings is because there are way too many people online. There are way too many people online who value their feelings over the facts. That's no good. If you want to live in a fantasy world, if you want to live in delusion, stay far away from me and all the other people who agree with reason. Foolish people and people that have these hallucinations, people that have these delusions of grandeur, they are dangerous. And they are dangerous because they will drag you down with them. People who don't live in reality, they truly believe that they can make their own reality. In going about it the wrong way. We all can make our own reality. Some of us may have to work extremely harder to do it, but it's still possible. Nothing's impossible unless you don't believe. Right? You can even manipulate your feelings and your mind to make a new reality that other people would agree on because they like it, or it makes them feel like this is real. See, when facts and feelings are perfectly aligned, you can't lose. When what you felt was actually a fact, now you've got that heightened level of awareness, that heightened level of intuition, that heightened level of understanding. And when you get to that place of elevation and enlightenment and understanding, the world is a much more beautiful place. I wouldn't lie to you. The world is a much more beautiful place. Now, you have to walk through a lot of dark corridors. You have to walk through a lot of unknown unknowns. You have to have faith beyond anything you've ever had to come out on the other side. Right? That's why I always stress putting a creator first and foremost. You could say that's a feeling, but life and the world will keep proving that putting the creator first is indeed a fact. That's a good way to succeed in life, or at least a good way to live a long life. Before I wrap the video up, I want to remind you that your feelings are never as valuable as the facts unless they parallel, unless they equate, unless they are congruent and are aligned. Ultimately, the facts will always trump feelings. Don't believe me? Keep thinking your feelings are facts, and keep thinking facts are feelings. Professor Hawk, signing out. Hope you learned something today. Class is undoubtedly dismissed. Hawk Sensei bids you adieu. Let's expand. Let's grow. And let's go.